Welcome back to Manosphere Daily. Today's topic is one we see happening way too often. Before we dive in, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a video. And don't forget, share this with your friends so we can keep this conversation going.
This is how you can get the princess treatment from any guy without having to play games or manipulate them. The reason why so many women end up with a guy who gives them bare minimum is because they're quick to fall for him and they're slow to walk away. But women tend to fall for a guy too quickly based on who he is and not what he's done for her. So if you're falling head over heels for a guy just because he's 6'2" and has a decent job and has charisma and gives you a bit of attention, he already feels like he has you, which means that energetically he doesn't feel like he has to put in the effort to pursue you and continue to impress you. Instead, you want to approach dating with the opposite mindset, so be slow to fall for a guy but be quick to walk away. When you're in this mindset where the guy has to qualify himself to you, not the other way around, you're going to show up with a certain presence that communicates you are a woman of high standard and that you need to be won over. At the same time, if a guy doesn't meet that standard, be willing to walk away so that you make space for the next guy who may be the right one for you.
So I flew on a one-way flight to Europe for this guy. I'd known him for like 10 days. We had this whirlwind romance, met him at the farmer's market. It was a vibe. I get to Europe. I'm not in the city he's in yet, but I'm in Barcelona. I'm going to Berlin. He lives in Berlin. I've been invited to live in Berlin with him for the summer, and I'm all, So I'm in Barcelona. The night before my flight, he FaceTimes me. Hey, Soph, I met someone else. Don't come to Berlin. I flew on a one-way flight to Europe for this guy. I'd known him for like 10 days. We had this whirlwind romance, met him at the farmer's market. It was a vibe. Like 10 days, we had this whirlwind romance, met him at the farmer's market. It was a vibe. I get to Europe. I'm not in the city he's in yet, but I'm in Barcelona. I'm going to Berlin. He lives in Berlin. I've been invited to live in Berlin with him for the summer, and I'm all, So I'm in Barcelona. The night before my flight, he FaceTimes me. Hey, Soph.
There's another woman.
I met someone else. Don't come to Berlin. So I hung up the phone. I'm sitting in my friend's room. The sun is setting over Barcelona. I am just like, wow, I'm in Europe alone. I have no plans. I have nowhere to be. Wow, like what awaits me? Adventure time. I was stoked. I think a lot of people with a different perspective would have been heartbroken, but I was just like, hey man, if it was meant to be, it would have been meant to be, but you found another girl and she's probably amazing, so good for you and I'll figure my life out, But I was just like, hey man, if it was meant to be, it would have been meant to be, but you found another girl and she's probably amazing, so good for you and I'll figure my life out, So I get on the plane anyway the next day and I go to Berlin. I literally don't know where I'm gonna stay. Like, I figured this out. So I land, I take the train into town. I'm walking down the street and I bump into a guy from my high school who I didn't even know lived in Berlin. I couldn't even remember his name, but we were on the same cross-country team in high school. I couldn't even remember his name, but we were on the same cross-country team in high school. And it's like, hey, and he's like, I'm having a dinner party tonight, you should come. So I go to this dinner party. I mean, we're talking like Berlin, DJs, chefs, artists, like it's a vibe. At the dinner party, another girl from my high school and a girl from my childhood, which was in a completely different place than my high school. So I'm at this party, reconnecting with all these people. I turned to the girl from my high school and I was just like, hey, I'm in Berlin. I have no idea what's going on. She's like, hey, I'm going out of town for the month. Why don't you stay at my place? She lives in a studio. She gave me the keys to her apartment. I had a free month in Berlin with her bicycle, her kitchen, everything. Her kitchen, everything. And after that month, doors started opening. I met back up with the guy, met the new girl. She was a vibe. I totally understood. Not that I wasn't also a vibe, because I was, but, not that I wasn't also a vibe, because I was, but, Anyway, the amount of synchronicities and just like incredible opportunities that opened to me because I was like trusting in the flow. I mean, you cannot make that stuff up. Literally the day that I got there, I fell into a party with really cool people who like supported me. I ended up staying in Berlin for 6 months. Like, it was one of the coolest chapters of my life. So if a guy invites you on a one-way ticket to go live with him, go.
A lot of men are failing to understand that women don't want boyfriends.
No, I think a lot of women are failing to understand that we don't care what you want, but carry on.
If I wanted a boyfriend, I could go out onto the street right now and come back with 5.
Ooh.
Finding a boyfriend is not hard. Finding a partner, completely different story. And I think the problem is women are allowed to have bank accounts and credit cards and go to school and have careers and choose if and when we reproduce. So we are no longer shackled by raising children. And when we reproduce. So we are no longer shackled by raising children. Our lives have gotten exponentially better in the last 100 years. How have men progressed?
I'm chilling.
It used to be that they brought money to the table, they provided for the family, they did all of these things. I have my own money. What can you give me now? Women want partners. We want people that are going to come into our lives, not only meet us where we're at, but push us to be better.
You're talking to a guy that claims to be interested in dating you, and you say something like, oh, I'm going to get my nails done or my hair, I'm going to the mall, and he does not offer to send you money to contribute to that. You need to block him, and you need to block him quickly, okay? We don't have time to be talking to men that cannot contribute to our lives, even in the smallest of ways. Not in this economy.
When did men stop tricking on women? At what point did somebody sit you down and tell you that men are the prize? That men are supposed to get princess treatment? Who sat you down and told you that? Who sat you down and told you that? Who sat you down and told you that it's lame to want to provide for a woman? It's lame to want to please her. It's lame to want to marry a woman and pay bills in the household. Marry a woman and pay bills in the household. Who told you that? Like, was it your mom? Was it the pick me that had you? Who was it? Like, you're literally a man. Like, I'm sorry. Some of you just need to go out and find you a husband, baby, because you don't want a wife. You want the soft life.
Opened up this can of worms of never being in a relationship, I'm gonna continue talking about my thoughts. Since I've realised I'm not the only one who's never had a boyfriend, which is kind of mad to me, I just want to express my fear of being single forever. Without sounding dramatic, it haunts me. Like, it's at least a weekly thought. I'll hit my head on the pillow and the realisation hits me, and I'll just think, is this it for the rest of my life? And this fear makes me ask myself, what am I doing wrong? My friends tell me I need to learn my standards, my parents tell me I need to choose wisely, my For You page tells me I need to stop using my masculine energy, my brain tells me I need my own space, and my heart tells me I need love that's not just self-love. So my brain tells me I need my own space, and my heart tells me I need love that's not just self-love. So what does a girl do? And there's also this fear that time is running out, because the longer I'm single, the more I'm learning about myself and my boundaries, which means the bigger I'm becoming. But then I guess that leaves the pool of men tiny. Oh gosh, and you know what's even worse? When I finally like a guy in the small pool, I like him. Like, I become low-key obsessed, so I finally let my walls down, and the same thing happens every time. They ghost me. And I don't know why I'm admitting this to the whole world. Fuck, why'd I do this? But anyway, back to the question. What am I doing wrong? Because I've tried playing games and that doesn't work. I'm being myself and that definitely doesn't work. I'm even forcing myself to go on dates with guys I don't even like that much just to see if it's a slow burner, and that doesn't work. So it leads me to question, is the problem causing the problem? Like, slow burner, and that doesn't work. So it leads me to question, is the problem causing the problem? Like, is the fact I've never had a boyfriend now seen as a red flag to guys, so now they're not even considering me? Because I get it, like, it makes them wonder what's wrong with her, and then I obviously don't get a chance to prove that there actually isn't anything wrong with me. Like, I'm a cat. Well, this whole thing is, to be honest, it's a catch-22. Having standards but being too picky, being myself but giving too much away, dating to marry but feeling comfortable being single. Someone tell me how it's done.
women out there that will walk away from a good man talking about, oh, he wanted to go half on rent. He wanted to go half on.
Facts.
Like, that is, you know how fatuous and inane that is to say he wanted to go half. First of all, you are responsible for 100% of your life as an adult. 100% of your problems, 100% of your bills, 100% of your stress. And you mean to tell me you had a man right there like, I'll take half of that from you. And you was like, that ain't good enough.
Right.
I want you to take it all. I don't want to have no responsibility as an adult. And that is financial abuse. And that is feminine manipulation and abuse. So then, fellas, you need to walk away.
It's a wrap on today's breakdown of the strong, independent woman who regretted her divorce. If you found this video insightful or just straight up entertaining, be sure to smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe to Manosphere Daily and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And hey, let's keep the discussion going. Share this video with your friends and help spread the word. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.